What's up everybody, Maskevic here, and on today's stream replay, we're going to go back into MTG Arena and we're going to check out this Mardu deck that I've got off the internet from MTG Goldfish's standard metagame list. It's a red, white, and black deck. It's called Mardu, and it kind of tries to play on this concept of discarding your own cards to do some to set some triggers in motion. The deck overall was not very successful, but it's a lot of fun to play, and be sure to stay to the very end where we actually got to execute the one copy of Carnage in the deck. Anyway, there was a little bit of technical difficulty in the stream where it kind of had to kind of splice it together again, where we lost the feed somehow, but that's technology, right? Stuff like that happens. But I hope you like it. Check it out, see what you think, and be sure to tune in live as we stream every week. We'll see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Hope everyone is doing well. So we're going to actually preview the deck a little bit here. That sounds really loud in my headphones. Yeah, we don't need a game capture. Actually, we do need game capture. Alright. You guys let me know if you can hear it. You should be able to, but if not, just give me some feedback there. But I wanted to play a new deck today that I saw online. It's a modified or expanded deck that I played before. Not on stream, but I did play this in standard before. There was a red and black discard deck that I played a pretty good bit last standard. So it was basically built around, that deck was built around Cool But Rude, which is a cool card from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and also featured an artifact that they played pretty well together. So in this deck they have removed the artifact, which was, I forget the name of it now. What was it? Let's get rid of all this stuff and we can just pull up an artifact. What was it? Monument of Endurance, sorry. So the previous deck was built around Monument of Endurance plus Cool But Rude, which kind of has the same effects. Hey, what's up, the regular dude? Hopefully, can you hear everything okay? Because they kind of played off each other. You discard a card and things happen. Well, in the Mardu deck that I just found, that's been running some circles in some competitive leagues and stuff, they have ditched the Monument of Endurance for other cards, which they kind of play off of each other a little bit. This one has one copy of Carnage, Crimson Chaos, which this artwork is sick. For those of you who have not seen it, this artwork is pretty awesome. And it actually has an ability called Mayhem, which when you discard this card, you can cast it for its Mayhem cost. So essentially you can get a 4-mana creature on the battlefield for 2 mana. It's pretty sweet. It also has, this deck has some erode in the main board, or the main deck, and some extra white removal in the sideboard. But it also has brought in a newer card called Practiced Offense. So it puts a counter on each creature that a target player controls, and the target creature gains your choice of double strike or lifelink, and it has flashback, which is important because it means you're casting it from your graveyard. So it pairs pretty well with Hardened Academic. So you can, this has Flying and Haste, you can discard a card, and this creature is lifelink until end of turn. And then with one or more cards, leave your graveyard to put a counter on the target creature you control. So these two cards work very well together. Then we have one copy of Inti here in the main board. There was a previous there's another one copy in the sideboard. Okay, I did keep it there. We have this as a discard outlet for a way to cycle in, which is a discard and draw card. But this also grows when you're discarding things, so that's good. Same with Moon Shadow. It doesn't specifically say it, but if you discard a card, a permanent card, then this gets a -1/-1 counter removed from it. So this can get pretty big pretty fast and has menace. It's a pretty sick card. One copy of Cecil, I say Cecil, some people say Cecil, whatever, from Cecil in here, which is a Final Fantasy card and one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. So it's a pretty sick card. Has this in here. I'm not really sure why it's got the one copy, but I do love this card, so we'll run it anyway, probably just because it's a one drop. One thing I don't love about this deck and the other Rakdos deck that I was mentioning before is they love this card, Bloodghast, which is a staple card. It's a historically cool card, but I don't love the card. I just don't. But it is a 2-mana creature that's pretty easy to get on the battlefield. Basically, you're going to discard this to some of your other things and bring it back with landfall. That's the idea behind the card, but it really sucks when you don't have a discard outlet and it's kind of stuck in your hand and you don't have 2 black mana. But we're going to see if that is actually an issue or not. So otherwise, you got some pretty stock removal stuff options here. Terra's a good card to discard cards and draw cards, kind of trigger the discard outlet and draw some cards in response, and replace those cards rather. Also, pretty sick card if you turn it on, right? And again, we'll see how cards does. Only having one copy, it's probably not going to be that impactful. Now in the sideboard, I changed a little bit of the sideboard up because 1, I like to use new cards. 2, I'm not sure what they were really thinking with some of the sideboard cards. Like they had a Leyline of the Void, which is an anti-graveyard card, which is fine if you're playing against a lot of graveyard decks, which maybe we will, I don't know. But it also really hurts our own deck. So if in a game where you're discarding your own cards, with the hopes of either returning them to the battlefield or casting them from the graveyard or triggering something by them leaving the graveyard, Leyline of the Void just kind of nullifies all of that, so I don't really know why they had that in the sideboard, so I took that shit out. Screw that. So the sideboard had a lot of white options. Erode, which is just a great removal card. Seam Rip, also great removal, it's cheap. Shelter by Ghosts, also good removal, and it's cheap and gives you some protection. Voice of Victory is a great card. Basically turns your opponent's ability to cast spells off during your turn. It's 6, so it's a high removal target if you play it. So this is really good against control decks. Strategic Betrayal. It's good against getting rid of a creature off the board and exiling their graveyard. So from some of the lessons and stuff like that, it'll be good against. Again, I told you we had another NT in the sideboard. I don't love having it there, but we do. And then of course, I'm kind of stuck on these 2 cards here. So Avengers Disassembled, it's just board wipe. It's a board wipe that it's an optional board wipe. You don't have to do the 3 damage to each creature, but it does destroy target lands. And I think that's very, very useful for some of the stuff we probably will see on the ladder. And then of course we have Thanos the Mad Titan, which is a creature that destroys potentially the board. He's sick, gotta have him. If we're gonna play new cards, we gotta stuff him in there because he is technically a Mardu card, unless you're playing Commander. Anyway, that's the deck, thick deck. Let's jump in and see how she performs on the ladder. And we're just gonna jump right into traditional standard ranked. We'll start doing some events soon because we've got to build our gyms back up to get the season pass. We do that every season, so we accumulate enough gems to basically play this game for free. We don't spend money. We don't spend money in this game. Maskevic, the Weekly Warrior, versus Quicksilver Elemental, the Virtuous. And right out of the gate, we have a handful of lands. So we're going to look at this. And we will keep this hand and we'll put back a Sacred Foundry. Hey! 3 streak. 3 watch streak, sweet. Alright, so we're going to put Silver Courtyard and go ahead and grab this Final World. Oh man, I forgot to check the sound alerts. We'll try to do that. Collector's Cage. Oh boy. I haven't seen this card in a while. Go ahead and shot this in and play the into. So, Collector's Cage says what? You pay 1, tap it, put a counter on target creature you control. Then, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Great. You like the keypin sleeves? They're pretty sick, right? It's pretty sick. Oh. Okay, we have a badger problem. We have a badger problem. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just cast this. We're going to finish the Bloodghast and land, I think. Alright, yeah, we're going to attack with Tersa here. We will discard a Colbert Rude. Alright! You like those keypin sleeves? Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. Actually, they were, if I remember correctly, they were just part of a store purchase that just cost coins. It didn't cost actual money, so I'm pretty sure that's why I did it. Pretty sure. Oh, he shocked it in. We might be dead, chat. It's possible. What? What? That is not the card I expected them to play. Okay, alright, so yeah, we're in a world of danger, folks. I don't know that we can beat this card, actually. Let's see, we can... play the Iron Shield and discard the Colbert Rude. Yeah, I think we're just dead, chat. I don't think we can, huh. Yeah, I know, it's my go. I know. Let's just go ahead and try to discard this and draw another card. We needed to hit a land and we did. So we'll take action. Play this. This has flying and haste, but I just don't think we can attack, right? Like, I think we just have to hold it back. And this specifically says he can cast the card in exile without paying its mana cost now. He has 3 or more creatures with different powers, and he does. I'm just kind of blown away, Chad, that this...
My blade descends! From the heavens.
We did, Chad? only swinging. He's only swinging for 7. So we're not gonna walk it. So dead. We're so dead. All right. Well, might as well attack. I mean, it's. We're as dead gets, folks. Alright. Okay, so. Not what I thought our opponent would be playing at all. Alright. Oh, yeah. Really? This guy? Alright, hold on, I gotta mod my stream right quick. Yeah, I know it's a bot in the chat. I have to, well, I don't see them anymore, so. We'll ban him anyway. Alright, there we go. I got him. Got him. Alright, so. We have to cut some stuff. But what? I think we're going to cut a practiced offense. I think we're going to cut burst lightning. I don't think those are going to be good enough. We can bring in, we've got to bring in some removal because this is insanity. Bring in a couple of strategic betrayals and pass the turn and run it back. Whew. Man, that deck got out in a hurry. But that's, oh, nice. That is the chance you take by, we're going to keep this and get rid of the hardened package. No. I think we'll pitch the cool red. Alright, Chad, we're back again. So this is 2 days in a row we've had this happen, and I'm not sure what's going on with it. So apologies. But, yeah. Kinda sucks. I'm not sure if we're having some latency issues or what's going on, but, oh man, we're totally screwed by this Angel. Alright, we're going to run this out. We will discard the... We're going to see if they block the hardened academic here. They are. Tapped, I guess. Red. And then we can bring this back. Alright. So the opponent's at 5. This, as you can see, the Mardu deck comes out pretty fast. So that's dope. Alright. Hope you guys are back. Alright, so they're just going to give them... Alright, so the opponent... We're just going to swing for 7. Hopefully we can outrace the opponent, but not hitting any action there really kind of sucks. To be fair, the opponent does not know if we have any way to make the Marauder maker bigger, so they're really incentivized to block here. Alright. But it's not looking good. This deck it came out fast, pretty hot, but as you can see, they're going to really be able to turn this corner pretty easily here. Yeah, so like this is all well and good, but we can't really stop. We can't really stop what the opponent's doing. So he's gonna block there. Alright, we'll play this and pass the turn. Alright. So we really need a way to kill this Resplendent Angel off the rip here. And that is not going to be it. At all. I mean, we're just dead, chat. We'll swing with the Bloodghast here. I mean, it has to attack. We'll hold this starting tail back because it doesn't do us any good. We have enough blockers to survive maybe this turn. Depends on... Oh, actually, no. Right. Yep, so we're just dead yet. Dead to the flyers. Alright, so, no bueno. No bueno. We got smoked. Hopefully we don't have any more interruptions on this train. That was not sure what's going on with that. To be honest with you, I may have to check into our router settings or something if it keeps happening. It was fine all last week, so I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on with it. And as you can see, yeah, I wonder if it's because we have some uploads going on in the background. Probably should have punted that till, but I mean, we had the same thing yesterday with nothing going on in the background, so I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll monitor it and see how it goes. Also, we have a new Neon Ogre mask. That's pretty cool, but I'm not buying it. Certain cosmetics I'll buy, but they have to be pretty sick for me to buy them. will say be on the lookout for new standard decks coming up. Probably next week. I keep an eye on MTG Goldfish and stuff that they play. And oftentimes I catch myself playing decks that Seth builds because they're usually quite fun. Alright. So opponent's playing some, looks like some mono white. Yeah, this shit. Right. Play the Iron Shield Elf and pass the turn. Alright, pick up this card in, gain some life. So this is kind of a new take on a white mini deck. Yeah. Actually, a pretty good card. Let you go get your mana fixing or your 1-drop fixing. And then this can tap for white, play this, bounce something. So probably just gonna bounce the, yeah. It's pretty sick, pretty sick. Alright. Busted. Alright, so I think we're going to shop this in. I'm going to play this. Let's go to combat here. Let's see if they're going to block anything at all. They do not. We'll go ahead and kill this. Alright. Momo is actually a very good card. Alright, again, of course. Pretty cool synergy they got going there with the bounce, and now it's fully onto the battlefield, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna see if we can two. Right. We're in a lot of trouble, folks. Alright, so we're gonna put a counter on this creature. This creature will gain double strike. I will play this Erotic Maker. And then we're going to go to combat here. And we'll discard this Mako to get this lifelink. So that's going to put us back in the safe zone for the most part, for now anyway. Now, next turn, we have a pretty good chance of getting... We have a chance next turn to get big here. We'll see what happens with these pixies. But, and if they draw removal, of course. Momo back. And then the shepherd will find something for 1 minute. This one got a land, alright? He can still play the Springwing Throne. He can use that to tap something for mana. We'll just stay. He's only got the one. Okay. Alright, so let's. Oh man, I wish we had the mana here. Alright, so we're going to. We'll put a counter here. This double strike. We will go to combat. He has to block here. So we're going to go ahead and discard this. Give it life again. Alright. So we're at 12. Hopefully we're in the safe zone. Let me know what this do. We may not be in the safe zone, actually. I'm not. Alright, he's going to bounce the same route. Get the Moon Shadow back. So now he's going to, yeah, makes sense. He's now going to same rip, probably the Hardened Academic, right? Okay. I think we're dead, chat. Alright. So we will play this. This doesn't really do anything. Not really. Now, we're going to put a counter here. Give this double strike, and we'll go for that. I mean, he's got to block something. Yeah, block is pretty easy. Take 4. So far, this deck has been just overrun by the opponent, right? Like, it hasn't been particularly close. I think we're just going to bring in our board wipe options, which are limited at best. We'll go down a Bloodghast here, because honestly, I just don't know that the card... I keep saying it every time I see this card put in these decks, that I just don't know that they're good enough. I really don't know if they're good enough. I also don't know that Cecil's good enough. I don't know. Just trim down some of the creatures for other shit. Okay, we'll keep this, and we will cut a Moon Shadow, I think. Alright. We'll go, Conceal Courtyard, Moon Shadow. Okay. here and pass turn. Alright, so he gets alive. Alright. We're going to play the Coolwood Rune and play the starting town. Pass the turn. Obviously, we'll have to take it. So, interestingly enough, honestly, we may just have to go for the erode and try to take it off the card here. And it did discard the Avengers. This is okay. It's alright. We'll attack here. Discard the Sacred Fountain to draw a card with Bloodghast, put another counter on it. Damage. We'll turn that into a 2/3. Alright. Okay. Hello, kids. The animals, they're crazy. So far, this Mardu deck has not performed well enough, and we're going against low-ranked opponents too, so it's not like they have this huge outpouring of amazing stuff. Actually, they're kind of they're almost just white aggro decks. Both the decks we played, to be honest with you. I mean, the other deck was a Badger Molko deck, which, sure. Okay. Not sure that's really going to do what you want. Maybe you have a pixie to bounce the seam rip, maybe? That's going to give me my guy back there. Alright. So we'll play the Moon Shadow here. I'm going to go to combat. Here we can discard the Bloodghast to draw a card. Alright, so this may be somewhere where the Bloodghast is worth shit. Maybe. Okay. We'll play this tap, turn the Bloodghast to the battlefield. Now we have this erode, which is able to take care of one of these two. I just have to make sure we don't get caught. Alright, gains a life, he's up to 12. Another one of these guys. Okay. Gains a life up to 13. See if he swings, he is going to swing. So we're going to go ahead and kill this, or attempt to kill this Aaliyah. We're just going to take the 3. so good, Chad. Honestly, I think we have to hold these back, right? We'll discard and draw. Okay. Okay. He can't make it bigger, right? He can tap it for mana. It does become a 2/3. So let's let guys die. That will make this bigger. And I think we killed this. Oh, I didn't have enough mana to do that. Oh. That's a mistake. Did I not have enough? I did. Why did it cast it? Did I just hit the wrong mode, chat? Oh my god. No bueno. Alright. Now this will bounce. Okay. Alright, no attacks. Okay. Alright, so we can target me, or target this creature to get double strike. Then we'll do it again, target me, target this creature to get lifelink. And we're gonna go swinging. Does he have a way? So this is not gonna trigger, but we're swinging for essentially lethal if he doesn't block at all. He's gonna block, so he's gotta block something, right? Yeah, so this will give me I may still be dead though, honestly. Honestly. Alright, so this will gain him alive. Draw a card. Just a pixie. Now he can seam rip. Or he could do the springlet drum. Or neither of them. Okay. Cast the shepherd again. Gain a life, draw a card. Another pixie, bouncing the seam rip. Okay, not the shepherd. He'll tap the shepherd, or, yeah, to seam rip. The big red and hit me for 3. Alright, so we're gonna have to go all in here. Oh. No. Not gonna be enough, chat. He doesn't even have to block. He doesn't know that, but he doesn't actually have to block. Play the blood gas, and 3, 6, 7, 8, down the backswing. Alright. So far, the Mardu deck has played like Like not a winning deck. Put it that way. That's alright. We'll keep running it. Sometimes you just have to play until you figure out the how the deck is supposed to sequence. Then sometimes you get a deck and it's just dog shit. So. Alright, finally found our opponent. We will be on the play, we will keep this hand. See how we face off against the perfection. Stage, alright. Play the cool but rude. For my combat, we will discard this Sacred Foundry. Alright. I'm sure she did say nice. We still got to figure out if you're going to keep the other copy though, because... Alright, if you get the collector's edition, right, then let's play this. We'll level this up. We'll discard the Blood Gasp. Yeah. Last turn. So, if you get the collector's edition, then that means you probably can't play early access, right? Well, let's say you got rid of the pre-order. You see what I mean? Then, or you know, got a refund on the pre-order if you can even do that. Alright, let's target me, target this, give it double strike. Move to combat. I think we just discard it. Okay, buddy. We might actually get a win here, Chet. Well, so I understand that, but I know it comes with everything the Deluxe Edition has, but if it's a physical copy purchase, then I guess what I'm asking is, hang on, chat. Double strike. We'll do this. So anyway, if it's a physical edition, collector's edition, that can only be bought in stores that you found so far, then I'm not sure how the deluxe edition pre-order bonus early access stuff would work. Also, I've not really looked into it either. So there's that. Alright, so I had to go live again. I'm sorry it keeps refreshing the stream when I do that, but there's something going on with my, I guess my internet connection. I probably, you're stuck in these ads. My fault. Well, actually, it's your fault, chat. But anyway, he can't hear me, so that's even more funny. But I don't know. I guess I need to reset my router probably because 2 days in a row it gets me for something going on. He does have $5. He does. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Alright, so my opponent gonna get in for one. Sweet! That new CPU is pretty dope. Guess I didn't have to do that, did I? We're gonna go ahead and discard this one guest. Get in for 2. What, dude? What, turn 5? What is it? What you brewing for? Huh? My man's over here talking about one of the collector's edition. And he's wanting a collector's edition, now he's over here screaming about $5. But it's actually not $5 anymore, is it? So my opponent is really trying to play another Iron Shield. Iron Shield help? I can't hold it. I know you didn't buy it. Okay. I know. I am not either. I'm just kidding. Halloween. Chet, I'm gonna swing in, let him do some blockages. Opponent's down to 2. Yeah, so he's wanting the collector's edition for his birthday. Which, you know, it's a nice gift. I was only bringing the option up that there's really no sense of owning 2 copies of it. So, if he's gonna get the collector's edition, there's really no need to keep the deluxe edition that he bought already. So that was my pushback to, not pushback, my logic of getting the collector's edition. Like, it's fine if you get it, but there's no need to keep the other one at this point. Yeah, get it. He could figure out something to do with the digital one in the hopes that someone gets him the collector's edition for his birthday. You know. We're not trying to tell him what to do with it or anything, but just saying. Yeah, I know you haven't bought it yet. I know, Cook. I know, Chet. I have to resist the urge to stream that game with my mask on. Search for a plane. That actually works out way better than it ought to. We'll run this out here. We will swing and we'll actually discard this practice offense. Right on cue, drawing a card. Oh. Alright, we're gonna level this up. Discard the iron shield right quick. Alright. Alright, get lost in my eyes here. That's unfortunate. What does this say? Okay. So our opponent is, he's a lesson deck, okay. He looks like he is really struggling for some lands. Let's see if we can give this guy a counter. We'll move to combat here. We're going to discard this Scotland Shrine. Draw that card. We'll discard the Blood Crypt. Draw the card. We will discard this, and we just want to get into it. So sick. So, Colbert Root, that's a good example of why that card is so good. I feel like we probably didn't talk about that card enough and just how much damage it can do. But all these discard enabler cards really make that thing go off. Yeah. I really wanted to see Carnage have do its magic there, but we just didn't really have a good, valid reason. And let's see, what is our opponent? We're going to put in the Voice of Victory here, and yeah, I think that's probably good. All right. Alright, nothing like a good sideboard, no land hand. We'll keep this, and I think we're just going to discard the Blood Gas, or put it on the side. Go Mako into Iron Shield Elf, yeah. Oh, he may have a counter spell. No? Okay. Alright. Discarded a counter spell. Very interesting. I actually misplayed that. Alright. Alright, chat, we could be dead. What does it say? Destroy artifact or land? He can play this. Now I do have 2 basic lands in the library, so let's see. Let's see what the opponent's going to do here. Besides think. Yeah, the sea stuff, it is really, really cool. I kind of hate that we're going to take action. We're going to go get a mountain here. Alright, so we're going to discard this Blood Gas. Okay. I hate that they waited so long to announce it, because I don't think I would have got the collector's edition, but still, you know, that's a pretty big deal for a lot of people. Alright, we're going to throw the team here. Our opponent can cast Death Revelation. So he's going to deal 4 bounce of this. Okay. Gain 4. Alright. Okay. Combat. We're going to see if he blocks. I'm assuming he will. Yeah, alright. So we will discard this. Okay. Now he has indestructible, so what we're going to do is we're going to destroy this. See if he has a basic land. They don't run many basics in that deck, that's for sure. He did mention something about campaigns, for sure. And one of those wins, I don't remember which one though. Alright. Target. Get down. Double strike, I guess, but he's almost certainly got some kind of spell he can cast here. However, unless it's a, I mean, it's going to be a bounce spell, right? Yeah. So return, yeah. So that's it. We can't win from here. All right. Yeah. Of course, it sets some more prizes. Yeah. Of course it did. We don't have anything to destroy. So Sheltered by Ghost is the only thing we have that can really get rid of the tablet. So yeah, more surprises. I hate it when they're vague, but maybe they really just don't know exactly what they're going to put in there. I don't know. We'll keep this, and we will pitch one Concealed Courtyard. Right, moonshine. I just hope we can. I don't know. It's going to be tough. They're running a control deck, so they have to be fast and aggressive. Let's just try to run out Tessa here. Tersa, sorry. I always say Tessa, but it's actually Tersa. Okay. Alright, got the opponent down to 12. Depending on what we draw next turn, let's play the Hardened Academic. Alright, let's just go ahead and put this. I feel like if I put, he's just going to untap the board, right? When board what? I mean, he has to, or he's dead. He has no red mana. So we're going to go ahead and destroy the people that play. He may get a red source here. He does. Alright. So I don't think, honestly, a good tablet. They hit a land, they can play the land. this is why I play control decks, because now they're so far ahead that it's game over. Like, even if I draw my anti-control cards, they're in a situation now where they can just counter it, or, you know, or bounce it. So if he goes Jeskai Revelation, we're gonna scoop. Because there's no coming back. I'm top deck mode. There's no coming back from that. So it is what it is. I played that style of deck so much. I know that there's no coming back from it. All right, so we're gonna run one more match, and then that's gonna be it for the stream. Probably stream again tomorrow, and we may actually jump back into the pod tomorrow, play some Dead by Daylight. Let's see what hand can actually do. Let's see if we can actually get out and outrun these people. Question is, I think we go ahead and discard this and gain some life here. Cecil will also drain me of life. So the quicker I get in to kill him, the better off I am. But at the same time, it's going to damage me as well. So I have to be a little wary of that. We do have this Frequenting Hex that we can kill one of their creatures with. It's going to cost us 2 lives to do so. But I'm not so sure that I'm in a hurry to do that. If that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So it's gonna hit us for a bunch now. So now I feel like we kind of have to keep. Was that true? Okay, so the reason why that's important is we can now block when he goes to Wild Ride. the Emberheart Challenger, we can Reckoning Hex that. It's going to cost us 2 life, but it should fizzle the card. And then it should put us in a situation where we can just block one of the Squelcher and gain 5 life back, assuming that's what they do. He's going to be careful, obviously, about running this out, but he's almost certainly going to attack full bore here. And hopefully he's gonna attack full bore here, and hopefully he can get me, blocking. Is this a sorcery? It is a sorcery, so he may not actually do that. Alright, so he's going to Recording. What does this say? Why is this? Oh, he had to harmonize. Okay, so what we're going to do is destroy this. We'll take 2 down to 6. That will die. Does trigger prowess on the Emberheart. Puts Emberheart in range to potentially kill me if I don't block. Let's see if he attacks here. He is going to attack, so I think we have to just block it just in case. Because if we didn't block it, he could burst lightning. Yeah, that was the fear. If I didn't block it, he could burst lightning in our face and kill us. So instead, we go up to 11. Opponent is at 9. We can play the Moonshadow. Yeah, I think we actually do this. We just discard a Courtyard, and we discard a Sacred Foundry. It's back at 16, so we should be well in the clear of our opponent now. So we have 2 flyers. One of them is pretty big. Opponent just doesn't have enough to overcome it. Yeah, I think we win. I think we just win. And we have a 3/3 that also has Menace, so he would need a 4th white, and I don't think he has that in the main board. So, alright. We will bring in the Sheltered by Ghosts here. We'll bring in the Seam Rips. We will get rid of the Blood Gas. I think the Blood Gas is just going to do nothing but kill us. I'm going to bring in the Mad Titan. Not just because I love Thanos, but he has lifelink, and that's a pretty big deal. We'll cut a Tursa. We will also cut a practiced offense and try that. We will keep this hand. We will lead with the Inspired Advantage, just so we have some removal on hand. Well, pass the turn. So we have a way to remove pretty much anything they play on turn 2, pretty much. Yeah, we'll just get rid of it. We'll play the Concealed Courtyard. I think we will go ahead and run out the Crucible Room. This card is kind of slow against the aggro decks, but I feel like it's good enough to go ahead and run out when they don't have an immediate threat. Now they have an immediate threat. Only for 2 to go for 5. We will. We're going to play it like this. If he goes to. Oh, so if he does fire bending 4, which he is, we're going to try to kill this in response. It works. Sweet. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so we're actually going to pay 2 life. Play the hard academic. With this card, practice offense. We're going to flash this back, target me, target that. Double strike. We're going to go into combat. We're going to discard this academic. And 2 damage. This is going to put us at 19, 23. Unless he has a kill spell, which is not for 1 mana. Alright, so we're in a driver's seat now to we're in the driver's seat. Let's put it that way. I don't think our opponent can do 23 damage with movement presence. He can kill that. That's unfortunate. So we're going to play the hardened academic again. Load out Inti. He has removal. He obviously has some kind of removal or some spell he can cast here. So you just have to figure out which one he wants to do. We will swing. And he's just going to lightning strike it. We will discard a draw because we'll trigger 2 damage. Alright, so the opponent gonna have to draw more. And he did. He drew more movement. We will level up here and alright. So this is really cool. And now we can play Carnage. We can return Flying Haster. We can attack, deal 2 damage. So Carnage is going to come into clutch right at the end of the game, right? We'll discard, draw a card, deal 2 damage. He has to come kill the hardened academic. If he doesn't, then it's game over. Sweet, that's perfect. We got to see Carnage. In our last match, the last turn, the last spell we cast actually worked. So that's pretty cool. That's a good way to end the stream. So, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I hate it took that long, but it worked. We got some sick cards on this reward. My gosh, these cards are awesome. In case you didn't know, all of these cards are very good. I don't know why this freaking dinosaur's in. I have no idea why dinosaurs are in the Marvel set. I don't have any understanding as to why dinosaurs. Maybe I guess they're in some kind of timeline. I don't know. It's very strange to me. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. So I do want to end the stream with this. We had some conversations off stream today that was pretty important. I think there was a couple of things, a couple of thoughts that I've had recently about tackling life's obstacles. And in our group chat this morning, some of the life's obstacles we face inadvertently or unknowingly is just the societal obstacles we have. So there's a lot of pressure on all people now in society, not just the working class, not just children, but everybody has a lot of pressure that that's put on us for various reasons, where it cultural, environmental, political, financial, health, hell, even entertainment has become a stressor in our lives. But there was one thing that I've kind of rolled around in my head the past few weeks, really, because there's been a lot of chaos really going on behind the scenes that not a whole lot of people know about. Not everybody knows about, I should say. Some of you do, some of you don't. But I want to leave you guys with this thought. We have to learn that we cannot control chaos. We simply cannot control chaos that happens to us and around us. But all we can really try to do is, when chaos comes our way, we can try to control the variables that are influenced the chaos. So try to just think about that, let it sit with you and stew on it for a while and see what that means to you. So you can't control the chaos, but you can control the variables surrounding the chaos. So just let that sit with you for a while, let it sink in. That will mean something different to everybody that actually sits down to think about it. So give it a shot, see if it makes you feel better, see if it makes you think about things a little differently. And I hope it treats you well as you walk through your day. That's going to be it for me, guys. We will see you tomorrow, probably around the same time, 10 or 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a good day, and we'll see you then.